A moment ago, Robinson, after he passes it, just runs over the top of Bagley. A little duck under by John. Takes him down. And then with the shot clock running down, Lewis knew he had to try to get it off. The long extension, good timing.
Just under 2 minutes remaining in the third, and away from the ball, contact is made. Pushing foul called on Duckworth. That's his fourth.
Larry Bird was on the way to set a screen for McHale. Both players wind up colliding.
See Reggie Lewis, number one among guards in terms of block shots. D. Brown is headed off. As Ahmad mentioned a moment ago, took a shot in the thigh. Larry Bird on the line for the first time. 24 points for Bird. Substitution for the Trailblazers. Mark Bryant comes on for Kevin Duckworth. Duckworth with 4 fouls, 6 points. Portland by 2 with a minute 45 remaining in the third. Robinson. Wild shot. Rebounded by Drexler. Robinson. He thought he was fouled, but instead it's called kicked out of bounds. Robinson does not like the call and has a technical foul given to him. He's got to be careful. He could get a second from Hugh Evans. And apparently he is gone. He's been thrown out. A double technical called on Robinson.
It's exactly what Clyde Drexler had talked to us about yesterday. The fact that this team has had a reputation in the past of losing its control, its poise. Again, an example of it by Robinson, out of control.
So Cliff Robinson has been ejected. Larry Bird missing the technical. All right, here's another look at that play.
Robinson wants the call right there, feeling he had been hit across his arm. Then when they award the ball and give it to the Celtics, he goes after referee Hugh Evans. There's the first tee, and another one followed.
So Bird hits the second.
And Rick Allen was not real happy with the call either. Now his big concern is protecting his player before he's gone. Too late.
And that is a very significant loss for the Portland Trailblazers. Ala Abdelnaby has come on, replacing Cliff Robinson. Even more significant because Duckworth has 4 fouls. Off the finger roll, McHale has given Boston a 1-point lead. Drexler lost it. Bagley had it knocked away by Kersey, and a foul is called.
A very good foul by Reggie Lewis that time, because Clyde Drexler, who is just now hit with a technical foul as well, still arguing the call on his last drive to the basket.
And Drexler hit with the tee to put Bird on the line once again.
And this is a very good 20-second timeout by Rick Adelman. He sees that the team is losing control. They're totally out of sync right now. They've got to play the game and stop complaining. Right now with the clock down, he's going to take it to the basket and force. He felt that was more arm than ball. The officials felt opposite.
Boston in the midst of a 9-0 run. Well, Michael Jordan recently had this to say about the Portland Trailblazers. They run the open court so well. We try to get them in a half-court game and make them utilize their minds as much as possible.
I think all Michael's saying is this is a terrific transition team. If you can get them back into a half-court game and force them to execute in the half-court offense, you have a much better much better chance of beating him there than you do in the open floor.
Well, the Bulls feel very strongly about the fact, as we heard Phil Jackson say right at the top of the telecast, that the Portland Trail Blazers have a tendency to self-destruct. Drexler. Clyde Drexler has tied it at 90. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Reggie Lewis.
That play right there will be on the Celtics highlight tape. Ball movement, distribution, and spacing, perfect.
Boston with a 2-point lead. Shot clock at 10. Drexler trying to shake Lewis off. Draws the double team. Oh, look out, and it's a 24-second violation.
Well, that's got to make Chris Ford happy. 2 24-second violations caused by his team defense.
Final seconds, third quarter. Bird was looking for the three. Bird off the fake, pumps it. So that is the end of the third quarter. Boston concluding with an 11-2 run. Drexler has 30. Bird has 27. The Celtics by 2 as we head to the fourth here at the Boston Garden. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station. Blazers at one point led by as many as 11 in the third quarter. They had a 73-62 lead, but the Celtics, who outscored the Blazers 34-28 in the third, lead it by 2 as we open up in the fourth quarter. Marv Albert along with Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, the high point men of the game. Larry Bird with 27. Clyde Drexler sitting it out right now. He has 30. And Terry Porter with 21. Boston with Ed Pinckney up front along with Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. And McHale in a battle with Bryant. McHale backing Bryant. And Bryant with the rebound.
And with Bird out of the game right now, it will make it that much more difficult for the Celtic inside game to be effective because the spacing's not there. Portland's not as concerned with the perimeter game with these guys on the floor.
Abdelnaby stopped by Parrish, and a foul is called.
And Robert Parrish has enough sense right there not to complain, not to say anything. He understands that the momentum will swing back and forth during the game, that the Celtics just got their fair share of calls to end that third quarter.
That's 3 on Parrish. Ala Abdelnaby played only 43 games as a rookie last season, but had an expanded role after Mark Bryant's foot injury. Man who played in 3 Final Fours at Duke University. And vying for the rebound. Look at this. Percy hooked with Pinckney, and they needed the official Jack Neese to unleash them.
It's just like TV wrestling. The ref comes over and breaks it up.
Game tied at 92. Lewis. Rebound, Pinckney. Trailblazers with a 3-on-1. Oh, no. Will go to the line.
This is the hookup right here. Pinckney's not going to let go. Kersey's trying to get away. Pinckney asking for a little help. Jackie Neese, break it up, break it up.
Reggie Lewis picked up the foul. That's 5 on Lewis.
At this moment, the game is very, very physical. Both these teams are very intense. I would think you will see the referees called a little bit tighter right now so it does not get out of control.
Danny Ainge, one-time Boston Celtic, to the free throw line. Ainge making his first appearance at the line. Larry Bird and Kevin Gamble getting set to return. And Pinckney will sit down. along with Reggie Lewis. Ed Pinckney not getting the kind of playing time that he did at the start of the year with Bird and McHale injured. Ed Pinckney is actually having a career season.
He's played outstanding basketball. Chris Ford knows exactly what he gets out of him. Good defense, interior defense, and rebounding. That's his specialty.
Boston down by 2. Bird rebounded by Bryant. Williams squaring up. And a pushing foul called on Bird. That's his second.
We talked about tightening up and the whistle blowing a little bit quicker. This is basically a little flick by Larry Bird. A little hand check with the left hand. The foul's called.
Abdelnaby will throw in. Minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Ainge being played by Gamble. Bryant found the trouble. Rebounded by Bryant. Here's Porter from downtown. So Portland is now 8 for 13 from three-point range. And Porter is 3 for 6. Portland with a 2-point lead. Bagley setting it up. Now Bryant guarding Bird. McHale. Abdelnaby on the rebound. Both clubs have cooled off here in the fourth. Ainge and Parrish gets to it. Bird for Gamble. The game is tied at 94.
Even while Bird is starting to raise the ball up to attempt the shot, he sees the entire floor. Terrific late passer. You must keep your eye on the basketball if you're the defensive players for those late drop-down passes.
Porter backing Bagley. Ainge to the left hand. And he drew the foul. Timeout has been called with 9:13 remaining in the fourth.
The Sixers, the Pacers, next Sunday on NBC.
Well, for a good portion of today's game, Buck Williams has been matched with Larry Bird. We asked Buck, what does he try to do defensively against Bird?
I think today the most important thing that I have to do is go out and make sure I don't allow Larry to get me off my feet. I think he has a point now in his career where he gets very distracted when he has a hand in his face.
Well, the hand in the face does not seem to be working that well.
I think Larry Bird has seen a few hands in his face over his career and has that stroke down pretty well. 11 for 20 from the floor.
Danny Ainge to the line. The game is tied at 94. 9:13 remaining in this fourth quarter. Ainge 3 for 3 from the line. He has 12 points. For those who may have just joined us, we had some explosive moments in the third quarter. Cliff Robinson upset about several calls, was hit with consecutive technical fouls by Hugh Evans. He was ejected. Clyde Drexler hit with a tee. Both clubs shot very well in the first half. Here's Parrish. Rebounded by Buck Williams. And Portland has been doing it from long range. They've hit 8 of 13 from downtown. Abdelnaby. Bryant able to get the new 24. High point men in the game. Drexler with 30. Porter with 21. Bird has 27. Abdelnaby again. And Parrish able to come up with it. Bullets to Bird. But Portland is back. Gamble from Bird.
McHale took the first defensive player with him to the low left block. Bird ball faked and waited for Gamble to cut to the open spot and found him.
Bird approaching a triple-double. That his 7th assist. He has 27 points, 10 rebounds. Here's Ainge. So Portland, after going 0 for 5 from the field in the fourth, able to hit, and they lead it 98-96. A three-point attempt, so he has cooled off. Ainge for Williams. Yes, and it counts. A gorgeous pass from Danny Ainge to set up Buck Williams.
Part of the problem with Larry Bird in the deep corner taking the three, it causes an imbalance in the defense, getting back in transition. The Blazers with numbers.
Foul committed by Kevin Gamble, and now the Celtics take a timeout with 7:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. NBC, a meeting of two of the league's fastest talkers. Philadelphia's Charles Barkley matching words with Indiana's Chuck Person. This is vintage footage. Back to their days at Auburn. Charles Barkley. Chuck Person able to do it, wearing number 45 at Auburn. They did play together for 2 seasons at Auburn. Phil Jackson quoted as saying, I don't know if it's the water they drink at Auburn or what. Person and Barkley are of the same ilk. The elevator doesn't always go to the top floor with them. Both certainly like to talk it up.
Maybe we should blame Sonny Smith, their coach, for that back at Auburn. And then another early game next week. It's tough getting up this early.
I know you can handle it. That'll be next Sunday, special time of 12 noon Eastern time. It'll be Philadelphia and Indiana. The air ball handled by Parrish. Portland leading 100-96 with 7:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Now Bird and Drexler matched. And Larry Bird has 29 points. The Portland lead is 2. Drexler. And a loose ball foul. It's on Bird, his third.
But down at the other end of the floor, when the Celtics were on offense, Bird running the cut is body checked by his former teammate, Danny Ainge. Posts up Drexler and then protects with the right arm. Turns in for the score. At the other end, it's over the top, the loose ball foul taking place.
Celtics now over the foul limit. Portland spending much time at the line here in the fourth quarter. They are 6 for 7 from the line. The Celtics have not gone to the free throw line in the fourth.
Well, then can we call Cliff Robinson the sacrificial lamb? He's gone, but they're getting the whistles now.
Hugh Evans with the double technical on Robinson, who was ejected in the third quarter. Portland 102 and Boston 98. The Trailblazers seeking their 8th consecutive win. They've won 21 of their last 26. Second best record in the NBA behind Chicago. Bird, yes, and it counts.
Now, most players on that same play would have picked the dribble up way before Larry Bird even attempted that shot. He had one guy guarding him, 2 more coming at him. Flashes down in the low post. As soon as he puts it down, watch 2 more Blazers come at him. There they are, but he keeps it alive, winds up splitting them, score, and the opportunity at the free throw line coming up.
The foul on that man, Clyde Drexler. He now has 4. Jerome Kersey checking back in, replacing Danny Ainge, who's played well. 15 for Ainge. Larry Bird 4 for 5 from the line. 32 for Bird, and the Celtics are within 1 point. Drexler with the step, and he's hammered. Foul committed by Gamble.
Well, Chris Ford back shaking his head. There's no way that a pass should be allowed to go the length of the floor after a free throw opportunity and score that quickly. Just a breakdown in communication by the defense.
So Clyde Drexler will shoot a pair.
And if there's one guy that says, when he's yelling, I know it's probably me, it's Ed Pinckney.
That's a change on that foul call. It was Pinckney, not Gamble. 31 points for Drexler. Portland 103, Boston 101. Here's Gamble. Kevin Gamble was held. Kevin Gamble, originally a third-round draft pick of Portland. He played only 9 games for the Trailblazers. Kersey called for the foul. Celtics feel that Gamble should go to the line, but they say a non-shooting foul. Kevin Gamble went the CBA route. Then he signed as a free agent with Boston. This is 4th year with the Celtics, and he emerged as a force last season. 6.5 remaining in the 4th. Celtics with the ball, down by 2. Bird backing Williams. Drexler over to help. Bird will go to the line. Buck Williams called for his 4th.
Bird commands a double team. The problem is he turns away from it before Clyde Drexler can get there. The shot up, Buck's arms cause the contact. Alderman can't believe another foul called against his team, but he's had a pretty good shake so far here in the 4th quarter.
That is a season high for Bird, 33 points. Kevin Duckworth replacing Mark Bryant, so Rick Alderman doing quite a bit of shuffling, what with the departure of Cliff Robinson. Also, he has foul trouble. Buck Williams with 4, Kevin Duckworth 4, Clyde Drexler has 4 fouls. The game is tied at 103. Kersey shooting. Portland leads 105-103. Jerome Kersey with 12. 6 minutes remaining in the 4th. Bagley on a pick and roll for Parrish. Oh, yes!
After the pick and roll took place between Bagley and Parrish, Bagley knew his best chance was just throw it up in the air. Parrish is so big that Drexler rotating over would be too small to intercept it. 1 fake, 2 fakes, 3, 4, and the basket.
Duckworth called for his 5th. Parrish 8 for 8 from the line. 3-point play to give Boston a 106-105 lead. Kersey lost it. Pickney deflected, but Drexler recovers. Fires from downtown. Rebounded by Buck Williams. Well, Portland has the new 24. Bagley's played Porter very well. Porter is stopped by Parrish. Celtics were looking for a tie-up, but a foul on Parrish, so he picks up his 4th. Let's go over to Ahmad.
All right, Marv, a quick update on D. Brown. He went into the locker room with a deep thigh bruise. They iced it, they wrapped it, and they do expect him to return to the game.
All right, Ahmad, Terry Porter to the free throw line. We were discussing Porter's numbers earlier, and his assist totals are down from a year ago. Last season averaged 8 assists per game. This year about 6 per ball game.
And part of the reason is because Drexler has picked up his assist. The distribution is different. The controversial play a second ago, looks like a lot of ball there. Robert Parrish on Terry Porter.
Game tied at 106. And Porter has given Portland a 1-point lead. 5:20 remaining in the 4th. Now Bird played by Kersey. Drexler over to help. And his waved off will not count. Whistle before the shot attempt.
What the Celtics are trying to say is that basket should count. The Gamble was in the act of shooting, even though the foul took place off the ball away from it. Bird sees the double, delivers on the money to Gamble, wide open. That loose ball foul underneath, they feel it should count.
Bob Delaney, the official at the near side, spotting Kevin Duckworth, and Duckworth has been charged with his 6th.
You mentioned earlier in the game the inconsistent play this year from Kevin Duckworth. And one thing that keeps creeping up in their games is the fact that he is in foul trouble early every night, must sit the rest of the first half, comes back, picks up another foul real quick, and winds up not playing the minutes that Rick Adams needs him on the floor.
So Mark Bryant checks back in. Duckworth fouls out with only 6 points, 2 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line. Both clubs are over the foul limit. Robert Parrish, 9 for 9 from the line. The Celtics and the Trailblazers are tied at 107. Knocks it away. Wild sequence. Porter was able to hand it off to Drexler. Porter looking for the three. Just under 5 to go in what has been a terrific ball game. Drexler lost the dribble. And Bagley gets to it. Here's Parrish. Boston by 2, 109, 107.
John Bagley has done a terrific job since Steve Brown has gone out. He's played Terry Porter very well. Gets on the floor for the loose ball. Excites the crowd.
Oh, what a move by Jerome Kersey, and the game is tied at 109. Second meeting of the season between these two clubs. Back in November in Portland, the Blazers blew out the Celtics. Bird can't find the shot. Played well by Kersey. Shot clock at 5. Here is Parrish. Boston 111 and Portland 109. Just under 4 to go in the fourth. Drexler with the tip on the alley-oop by Kersey.
They just keep coming right back at you, this Trailblazer team.
The game tied at 111. Bagley using the pick. Bird's pass deflected and picked off by Drexler. Drexler has 4 on 2. Bryant able to slam it home. And Portland leads 113-111. Bagley trying to use the screen from McHale. Now shooting. Rebounded by Williams and a loose ball foul on Bagley. Both clubs are over the foul limit. This will put Buck Williams at the line.
A few moments back, you talk about some hustle, some extra effort, and then some crazy things happening. The rebound, the deflection, the pitch out, the steal. Everybody in this building is excited on the floor for loose balls. Action.
Williams, a 76% free throw shooter.
John Bagley's great hustle leads to the fast break layup by Robert Parrish for the Celtics.
Kevin Gamble sitting down. Reggie Lewis returns. Lewis playing with 5 fouls. Tipped home by Kersey. Jerome Kersey has come up very big in this fourth quarter. He now has 16. So the Trailblazers get a 3-point play out of it. And they now lead 116-111. Timeout taken by Boston. The scoring leaders, magnificent performances by both Clyde Drexler and Larry Bird. Larry Bird also with 10 rebounds and 8 assists. Drexler comes in averaging 25.5 per game, the number 5 scorer in the NBA. Terry Porter with 25. Reggie Lewis 21 points. Robert Parrish 22. That man Kevin McHale is 18. 3:05 remaining in the fourth. 7 unanswered points by the Trailblazers. They lead it by 5. Boston with 2 timeouts remaining. Portland has 4 left. Just under 3 minutes remaining now in this fourth quarter. Bird comes up, and it's rebounded by Buck Williams. Good box out by Buck. Drexler, played by Lewis, who has 5 fouls. Shot clock at 5. Crowd chanting defense. Porter's pass deflected. 1 on the 24. The ball last touched by Boston, so it will be Portland possession with 1 second on the 24.
And you have to watch Porter cutting to the basket right away or the lob pass to Drexler in front of the rim.
Here's Porter. And Buck Williams able to get back to it.
And they accomplished what they wanted. They got the shot up on the glass and hope to get it back again.
Kersey. And Bird with the rebound. Important sequence for the Celtics as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Parrish. Lewis gets to it and lost it. Porter with the steal. Here comes Drexler. Feeding Kersey. And Portland leads 118-111. Chris Ford wants a timeout. Boston down to its final timeout. Good run here by the Trailblazers. They lead by 7. In Boston, a look at today's Miller Genuine Draft play of the game.
For Portland, what appears to be a most dangerous situation, a 24-second clock running down. Ainge solves the problem, knocks out the 3, bottom of the net.
In recognition of that play, Miller Genuine Draft will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. It's been a very happy return to Boston for Danny Ainge. Portland has certainly done it with the three-point weapon. They've hit 8 out of 14, led by Drexler, who has 4 from downtown. Porter with 3. Portland with a 9-0 run, leading by 7. And McHale is fouled by Williams. For Buck Williams, that is his 5th. Portland Trailblazers have won the last 5 out of 6 against the Boston Celtics. They have won the last 2 games here in Boston. And the Celtics are facing the prospect of a 4-game losing streak.
The teams with speed, quickness, the athleticism that the Trailblazers possess, that Chicago possesses, those types of teams have caused the Celtics a lot of problems.
Portland, on the other hand, getting for its 8th straight win. They now lead at 118-113. Pressure by Boston with a minute and a half remaining in the 4th quarter. Drexler trying to feed Williams. Porter on the recovery. And Parrish gets to it.
That was the same play that had worked a few minutes back in the game for Portland. The give and go from Drexler to Buck Williams. That time the deflection.
Bird changed his mind. McHale. Rebound Lewis. And Hugh Evans with the call at center court on McHale. Some terrific defensive play by the Trailblazers, who would not allow the shot.
No, they've been there to make the big plays happen at the defensive end of the floor. To stop what appeared to be a number of sure scores. Again, after the miss, Lewis comes up, but it's the 2nd time in a row that it looked like Lewis was going to get an easy score inside. Instead, Kersey comes up, is fouled by McHale.
Kersey only a 67% free throw shooter, making his first appearance at the line. He has had a superb game. 18 points, 6 rebounds for Jerome Kersey in his 8th season out of Longwood College in Virginia. Portland leading 119-113. 55 seconds remaining in the 4th. Boston has only 1 timeout remaining. And he drew the foul. He was blocked. So Bird to the line.
Larry Bird was determined to get the clock stopped by taking it to the hole, drawing contact. He's just disappointed that the basket itself did not go down. He would have had the opportunity for the 3-point play. The quick drive, hoping to stop it with contact. Wanted the basket to go in, though, obviously.
Foul committed by Bryant. And here's the reaction from Rick Adelman. Larry Bird has 9 for 10 from the line, and he's brought the Celtics within 4. 36 points for Bird. The Trailblazers take a timeout. The Blazers with 2 timeouts left. Celtics with 1. 48 seconds to go. And it is a 4-point lead for Portland. Let's go over to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Marv, during that timeout, the Celtics decided to go right away for the quick 2. Hopefully they can get another stop and come back and try to get another 2.
All right, Ahmad. It is Portland ball as we resume. The Trailblazers at 46 and 18 today, concluding a 4-game and 6-day road trip. Back home Tuesday for Minnesota, Wednesday at LA to face the Lakers. And Portland looking to use the clock. Now Bird over, trying to tie up Porter. Shot clock is down to 8. Drexler with 5 on the 24. Recaptured by Buck Williams. The Blazers have been on every loose ball here in the 4th. Now Bird called for the foul.
Had nothing to do there but go out and foul immediately, or else they run the 24-second clock out and the game is over. They needed to secure the big rebound on the missed shot. It slipped out of Robert Parrish's hands.
So Drexler to the free throw line. He's 7 for 10 from the line.
Well, Drexler has to make something happen with the 24-second clock going down. The ball just bounces a little too long. The chief, Robert Parrish, can't quite get his hands back there far enough to come up with it.
Portland leads by 5, 121-15. Thanks to our producer of the NBA on NBC, Tommy Roy, our director, Andy Rosenberg, statistician, Mr. Stats, Elliot Cow, and the quick timeout called by Boston. That's their final timeout. Remember, next week, Mike, try to make it next Sunday, 12 noon Eastern time. I know it's difficult for you. Charles Barkley and the 76ers, Chuck Person and his Indiana Pacers right here on NBC. Both teams battling for a playoff position. Now, if the playoffs began today, these would be the matchups. The number 1 seed Chicago will go against number 8 Miami. Boston would face Detroit. With Detroit having the home court advantage, it would be Cleveland, Atlanta, and the Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks.
You can see why Detroit wants to move down into the lower brackets to get away from Chicago. Now, over on the other side, in the West, Portland would face the Lakers, who are in the 8th position for maybe the first time in many, many years. San Antonio, Phoenix, Golden State, Seattle. Some terrific matchups there. Utah against Houston. Tough matchups in the West.
We are down to 20 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. Portland with the 5-point lead, and the Blazers have had the edge off the boards, in particular in the second half.
I resent you consistently reminding me that it's 12 noon next week, as if I might be late for the game.
You know, the ear laps do not work here. I know you're cold, and the ice surface is down underneath the parquet. The Boston Bruins will be playing the Los Angeles Kings tonight. And I know you're like a little baby, can't take the cold here in Boston.
It is a little brisk in the building.
Portland has 2 timeouts left. Boston using its final timeout.
Boston needs a quick score. When you're down 5 points, what does it matter whether you get the 2 first, the 3 next, or the 3 first and the 2 next to tie it up? It's after they score quickly, they must get into some type of press and force the turnover. If Portland has a delay of game, they may use it here to get a look at the play.
Lewis for Bird to the reverse.
There's the pressure, quick by the Celtics.
It's a 3-point lead. The foul given. That's the man they would like to foul. At least one of 2 possibilities, although Buck Williams has improved his free throw shooting in recent years.
Buck right around 76%, and Bird knows he has to go quick. You put the ball on the floor down the stretch of NBA games and try to draw contact. Bird gets the score, puts them down 3, and now they get into the press immediately.
They would have preferred putting Jerome Kersey at the line. He's a 67% free throw shooter. Mark Bryant also only 67%, does not go to the line very much. Buck is 2 for 4 thus far today. He has really improved the stroke, because when he first came into the NBA with the New Jersey Nets out of the University of Maryland. He struggled at the line.
That whole team was having some problems when he first came to the Nets, making free throws.
So Buck Williams hits both. 5-point Portland lead. And we're down to 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Bird making 40 points for Bird, a season high. And again, the foul is given with 7 2/10 seconds to go. And now Kersey will go to the foul line.
Believe it or not, the Celtics almost came up with the basketball right there. That's why Rick Adam is shaking his head. Kersey actually caught the ball, put it on the floor, a blind look, and the Celtics were almost there for the steal. Bird goes hard to the hole, knows he's got to get there quick for the score. They have to get back into the press, and on the inbounds pass, Kersey puts it down right there, and Reggie Lewis's hands are in there. If they come up with it, there's still 7 seconds, 8 seconds to go.
And Kersey is 1 for 3 from the line. He is 1 free throw miss away from the Celtics looking for the three-pointer to tie. Both clubs doing some shuffling. Kevin Gamble has come on, replacing Robert Parrish.
And without any more timeouts, Chris Ford knows he's got to get guys on the floor that can shoot the basketball, catch and shoot in a hurry. They must go for the 3 now as they come down. There are no timeouts left.
Kersey missed both, but able to tip the rebound to Porter, but a foul call by Bob Delaney.
After Kersey shot the basketball, he crossed the free throw line, trying to keep the ball alive, and comes over the top of the Celtics. Larry Bird, contact there. Bird goes down. They never even waited for the contact. They called a lane violation against Jerome Kersey, running across the free throw line before the ball touched the rim. If it's not on the rim, he cannot, the shooter may not go across the free throw line. Ball's up. When does he cross the free throw line? Now. Excellent call.
7 2/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter, and Portland has called for a timeout. The crowd chanting, Larry, Larry. Obviously, the Boston play would be to set up for the 3, going for the tie.
Well, the first thing they may do is, coming out of this timeout, is try to expose the play that the Celtics are going to run by incurring a delay of game warning from the officials. The man guarding the basketball may step across the sideline, get too close to the guy inbounding the ball. The official will call a delay of game, but it might expose the play that the Celtics are going to use. On the other hand, in the Celtic huddle, Chris Ford may be telling them, hey, we're going to run 2 plays here. The first one where we might expose it, then come back with the next one in case they use the delay of game. So the chess match takes place right now. There is plenty of time to advance the ball and get a good 3-point shot. The other thing is, will Portland foul intentionally, put the Celtics on the line for free throws, and then inbounds the ball back themselves, knowing that they're going to get fouled by the Celtics?
Larry Bird has had a magnificent day. 40 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Buck Williams looking to fire up Clyde Drexler. As Portland took the timeout, they have 1 remaining. Celtics do not have any. The high point men for the Trailblazers, Drexler 34, Porter with 25, Kersey with 19. Kersey just a moment ago, though, missed the 2 free throws. Bird leading the way with 40 for Boston. That is a season high for Larry Bird, who was a major question mark coming into today because of the Achilles problem and a bruised thigh.
If, in fact, the Celtics should happen to tie this game, do you think anybody might mention the missed free throws down the stretch by the Trailblazers? Again, an opportunity to put somebody away. They don't get it done.
Larry Bird is 1 out of 4 from downtown. 3-point Portland lead. 7 2/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. All right, here's Bird. Drexler all over him. He fires. It's a 3-pointer, and he's tied the game. The Trailblazers arguing that it should have been a 2-pointer. We'll get another look at that. Timeout taken by Portland. The scoreboard reads Boston 122, Portland 122. Rick Alleman is trying to gather his club together. He wants them back at the bench, but apparently it was ruled a three-pointer for Bird.
Well, the officials are talking it over right now, trying to decide where he took off on the shot. The ball eventually winds up getting over to the weak side, offside. Bird starts outside it. And now from that angle, you can't tell where his feet are on the shot. He says it's a three. McHale says it's a three. Feet outside the line. He sure tried to make sure they were out there. Very similar to those wide receivers running their pass patterns, shuffling the feet to keep them in bounds.
Tough to tell from that angle. We could not see the depth perception. Here is another look.
Well, the right foot never crossed, and if the left toe was behind the pivot foot, it's a good three-pointer. Tough one to see from that angle.
It's not only remarkable that he got the shot off with Drexler draped all over him, but he hit the shot as he was able to drill it home in dramatic fashion, and the game is tied at 122.
The left foot is the one to watch. Is it behind the line? From that angle, it looks like it is behind the line. Excellent job by the camera guys picking it up from every possible angle.
And the official, Bob Delaney, did have the perfect view of it. It is indeed a three-pointer for Larry Bird. He has 43. The game tied at 122. It is Portland ball with 2 seconds remaining in regulation. And both clubs have used their final timeouts. Buck Williams will inbound.
There's a delay game that time taken by the Celtics on purpose so they could see what play the Trailblazers wanted to run. Rick Alleman made a call 2 plays knowing that they were going to do that.
All right, here's Drexler. He gets it. And we go to overtime. The Celtics and the Trailblazers tied at 122. Overtime is next.
Well, if there's anybody that's going to make the shot, would you expect it to be anyone other than Larry Bird? Tough enough just to get it off, to have a chance at winning the game, but then to make the shot, keeping your feet behind the three-point line, the script has been written. Check out the left toe. That's the one that counts right there. The right foot not even close to being over.
Well, we have seen Larry Bird come forth with a number of extraordinary efforts. You recall the playoffs against Indiana last year, game number 5, the duel between Bird and Person. Well, this is right there. In particular, when you consider he was not supposed to play this afternoon. Bird with 43 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. On to overtime. The Celtics 0-1 in overtime games this season. Portland 2-3. Kersey's pass was broken up. Recovered by Bryant. Portland going without Cliff Robinson, who was ejected on technical fouls, without Kevin Duckworth. Porter tried the 3, and Bagley starts back.
Tom Bagley is so tired. He was out in front of the field, and after 2 dribbles, there were 2 Blazers back past him already.
Kevin Duckworth out on fouls. Buck Williams is playing with 5. Ricky Lewis giving Boston a 2-point lead. For the Celtics, 5 apiece on Bird and Lewis. So they are also in danger. Here's Drexler. Last touch by Boston. On the line, the 7-game win streak by the Blazers. Boston has lost their last 3 after winning 4 in a row. Kersey is stopped and he is fouled. Jerome Kersey putting the move on Kevin McHale, so that's 5 on McHale.
This is a complete isolation set up for Kersey to try and take McHale off the dribble. The next closest man is John Bagley, who just doesn't get there in time to stop the split. The foul incurred as a result.
Jerome Kersey missing the critical free throws in the final seconds that gave the Celtics the opportunity to tie it. But right here he comes back by hitting 2, and the game is tied at 124 with a minute and change gone by in this 5-minute overtime. Bird matched by Kersey. And the foul is called. The basket will not count.
Larry Bird has had Buck Williams guarding him. He's had Mark Bryant guarding him. He's had Jerome Kersey guarding him. When it's Kersey down in the post, it's easy for Larry. He's the smallest and the least size bulk against him that he's had all day.
Jerome Kersey picked up his 3rd. Kersey goes 6'7", 225, so Bird has a couple of inches on him. Celtics staying with Bagley and Lewis at the guards. Bird, Parrish, and McHale up front. Game tied at 124. Bird with the fadeaway. And at Boston, 126. And Portland, 124. Here's Kersey after Bird nearly picked it off. And Kersey has tied it at 126. Bird has 45 points. And now Porter got caught on Bird on a mismatch, but a foul on Kersey.
And Bagley was paying so much attention to trying to get the ball down low to Bird, who had Porter on his back, that he almost lost it to Kersey, who had wound up picking up Bagley in the transition adjustment. He knows he's got a mismatch. He just can't figure out how to get it down to him.
4 fouls on Jerome Kersey. 2 minutes gone by in overtime. Bird with some room. Rebounded by Bryant.
In and out. In and out.
Porter shaking loose. Terry Porter able to break the Celtics down on that penetration.
And John Bagley wound up running into Kevin McHale as Porter was trying to turn the corner. The 2 Celtics collided, wide open to the basket.
Chris Ford calls for time. The Trailblazers lead it by 2. Sellout crowd, 527 consecutive sellouts here in Boston. And the Portland Trailblazers lead the Boston Celtics 128 to 126 in what has been a sensational afternoon of basketball. The Celtics able to come back on several occasions, and they tied it with 2 seconds to go on a desperation 3-pointer by Larry Bird. Let's go over to Ahmad.
All right, Mark, during that last time out, Chris Ford kept telling his team they want to keep taking the ball down inside, trying to get a foul.
All right, and Bird will throw in. The Celtics remain the same following the timeout, as do the Blazers. 2:40 remaining in overtime. Same matchup, Bird being played by Kersey. Bird, rebounded by Kersey. So Portland with the ball, and they lead it by 2. Porter coming off the pick. Terry Porter with 29 points, and Portland leads 130-126.
They actually had set up Terry Porter to come off the double screen on the right side of the floor. He faked, went opposite. Drexel got him the ball on the money and on time.
McHale backing Bryant. Kevin McHale will go to the foul line.
This play is diagrammed for Porter to come out to the right. Instead, he goes left. Bagley caught on the screen. The key is the pass went from the right side of the circle all the way to the left-hand corner. Excellent looking feed by Drexler.
By Drexler, though, just picked up that foul, so he has 5. McHale is 9 for 9 from the line. Celtics, the #1 free throw shooting team, at 81%. the Portland lead is 2 with a minute and 59 remaining in overtime. Drexler guarded by Lewis. Lewis has 5 fouls. Here's Bryant. Mark Bryant with his 3rd field goal. 6 points for Bryant. And Portland leads by 4.
Well, if you're the Celtics, you got the guy that you wanted, taking the wide open shot, having to make it. Mark Bryant, he produced.
They double up on Bird. Bagley wide open. It is a 2-point Trailblazer lead.
And likewise, the Trailblazers said, go ahead, John Bagley. You have to make it at this end of the floor. Bagley produces.
Rebounded by Bird. 1:15 left in overtime. And Boston within 2.
Larry Bird 1 assist away from a triple-double.
Bird. And he has tied the game at 1:32. 47 points for Larry Bird. 10 on the shot clock. Drexler with the start. Clyde Drexler will go to the line.
When he feels it and he's in a rhythm, Larry Bird's stroke is so sweet. Step back, slight fade. He's in the groove.
Reggie Lewis hears it from the crowd as he leaves. He's fouled out. 23 points on 9 for 19 from the field. Clyde Drexler to the foul line. He's 8 for 12 from the line. He is just under 80% for the season.
And now Chris Ford must put a player in who is big enough, strong enough, agile enough, quick enough to stay with Clyde Drexler in the matchup down the stretch here.
And he hopes that man is Kevin Gamble.
Number 34, Kevin Gamble, replaces Reggie Lewis for the Celtics. Clyde Drexler has
50 seconds remaining in overtime. Portland by 1. And a timeout is called by Boston. The Trailblazers 134, the Celtics 132.
The Celtics were down 7. A lot of them had left. Suddenly, it's back. Full house once again.
Yes, they began to file out and heard the news of the Celtic comeback, and it looks to be back to the capacity crowd. Larry Bird with 47 points. His career high 60. Did it against the New Orleans Jazz. That was back in 1985. He has had 4 50-plus performances. The Celtics were down 118-111 with just under 2 minutes remaining in regulation, and they were able to tie it on that 3-pointer by Bird with 2 seconds to go. They're trailing by 2 right here. Bagley had it knocked away by Porter, so no backcourt violation. Shot clock at 15. Kersey got a piece of it. Here's Bird for 3. Rebound Bagley. Bird again. Rebounded by Kersey. He had time to plant the feet. He had time to study the basket, but could not hit.
Chris Ford yelling, don't foul. Dig in, play defense. There's about a 6-second difference in the clock and game clock. He wants a stop and a rebound, then a quick timeout.
4 on the 24. Drexler. And a foul is called with 4 4/10 seconds remaining in overtime.
After all the tough shots that he's made, the first one, no good, but Bagley gets it right back. There's nobody near him. He looks down, checks his feet, tees it up. He knows it's good. Can't believe it.
That would have given Boston a 1-point lead had he hit it.
And now the Celtics need to secure the rebound right there. It's on the floor. Who comes up with it? Trailblazers.
All right, Buck Williams, 4 out of 6. He nearly threw an air ball. The foul was on Parrish, so he now has 5. And a timeout called by the Trailblazers. And we'll stay right here. A 2-point lead for Portland. 4 4/10 seconds remaining in this overtime session.